out. I got picked up and I got a phone call from an organization in Houston, Texas, and they just said, "You just have no fear. You have this strength that we're looking for, and somebody to come in and really be the voice of Veterans Television, because Veterans Television is not live." And I started telling them a little bit about what I've done over the years with Oahu Veterans Center down in Honolulu, Hawaii, and what I've experienced with the veterans really on a wellness aspect and really helping them, and things that I've seen that really bothered me about not being able to feed the homeless veterans back in Hawaii, and you get fined for that. And so it's actually the Getty Group that's out of Houston, Texas, and it's a group of 22 pissed off veterans. Mm-hmm. So if that tells you anything, we've got a bunch of veterans that are mad, and now their voices are going to become louder with actually bringing another part of the Getty Group, which is Veterans Television. It's actually going to be starting to be premiered in June of this summer, and it's going to be a lot of the televisions right now are going to smart television, smart TV.
Yes.
So I wish I could tell you some of the partners that we have. But the one great thing about what we're doing, and this is what is so powerful, because we're working really hard with senators in the state of Texas right now, working with the VA, is there's different arms of the Getty Group. And one of them is to, fund specific veteran transitional pathways for career assessment for veterans, counseling, skill sets, training. We're going to actually have holistic wellness assessments for a lot of the military, the active duty that need to come in that have issues with TBI, PTSD, and we're hopefully to get a lot of these VA medical facilities on board with this as well in a holistic platform. Mm-hmm. But we're also bringing in workforce, housing to support the total needs of all of the transitioning active duty and all the veterans, and not only just the veterans, their families, who basically to get them permanent housing. So we're taking this a step farther, and what we're doing is some of the videos I've already put out for Veterans TV is about giving veterans the ability to have more benefits, because we all know that it's what's happening in Washington, D.C. with the VA. There's so much fraud going on. Our veterans are not taken care of. So I'm going to be the voice to, one, expose everything that's going on. Two, I'm going to be able to sit down with vets who have been has had stories that will blow people's minds.
Cool.
So we're going to document these veterans. I'm going to get insight to what's going at some of these facilities. And not only that, these 22 pissed off veterans, as I love to call them, because let me tell you, these guys,
awesome.
You don't mess with these guys.
Yeah.
They're writing new legislature to bring in new legislature in the Veterans Accountability Act. So there's a lot of in-depth that's going on with this. So my voice is going to be a powerful voice to really start exposing some of the things that are really happening, so the public is aware of what's happening with our veterans and our active duty right now.
Awesome. Well, before I go to my co-host Matt Locke for a question, he might have a question for you, Kambree. I want to take this call. This person's been holding for a while now. I want to take this call from Linda from Maryland. Linda from Maryland, welcome to the Silent Majority. Do you have a question? You have a comment?
I was just going to comment on Trump. Are you doing Trump tonight?
Sure. I mean, shoot.
Matter of fact, I'm sitting here on Twitter. I'm cracking up. KKK Grand Dragon endorses Hillary.
That really came down?
That's hilarious. But Kenny Rogers just came out and endorsed Trump. Smart man. We like Kenny Rogers. But anyways, I just want to let you know that my husband and I have been Democrats for probably 40 years. He's always worked in a union. They've always pushed the Democrats down our throat. Mm-hmm. But last year when Trump came out and after the riots in Baltimore, we live near Baltimore, we're done with the Democrats. So we both have registered Republican, and we're hopefully going to vote for him in the general election. I definitely am going to be voting for him in April in our general election here.
Well,
primary, here in Maryland. So I just wanted to give a shout out to him tonight. I watched his rallies today. His rallies were very peaceful today. Mm-hmm. He just finished up in Youngstown, Ohio. Okay. He did great. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Awesome. Well, thank you for calling the Silent Majority, and don't be a stranger, okay?
Yeah, not a problem.
All right, you're listening to the Silent Majority here. The number to call is 347-338-1775. And my co-host for the night is Matt Locke from The Matt Locke Show. He has an amazing show. Follow him on Spreaker at MATTLOCKE Show. The Matt Locke Show. Amazing. Matt Locke, do you have a question for my guest, Kambree Nelson?
Well, first of all, I want to say hi, Kambree. It's been a while since we've talked.
Hi, Matt.
How have you been?
I've been wonderful. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. My question, and I think it's amazing, and I actually have a couple questions because I'm sitting here trolling the news as we're talking, but the first question I have is, isn't it amazing that the different walks of life and the different people that we are encountering that say they want Donald Trump? I mean, don't you find that just exciting?
I think this is something that has been needed for a long time. This is the biggest wake-up call I've ever seen in the history. This is a movement. I am excited about it. We're seeing diversity come together, even though the media is plagiarizing as it's something that's completely opposite of what it is. You're seeing young, you're seeing old, you're seeing all these different generations coming together. You're seeing, like the lady said, Democrats switching over to Republicans. We're seeing common sense come to life for the first time, and I'd have to say at least 20 years. I'm excited about it, and I don't believe this movement has even begun yet. I think this is just the beginning of it.
Well, and I think you're absolutely correct, and my next question has to go. I'm sitting here trolling Breitbart while we're sitting here speaking, and Florida's Attorney General, Pam Bondi, just came out and endorsed Donald Trump in Florida. Now, what does that have to say about Florida and Trump? I mean, Marco Rubio, that's his deal, but the Attorney General just came out and endorsed Trump. What do you say to that?
I think that's amazing. I believe that there's so many more people that want to endorse Donald Trump. It's like he said so many times. There are people that are calling him, that have to be quiet because they don't want to endorse. This is an endorsement with the AG coming out that Rubio wanted. He wanted this endorsement. So I believe this was like the last stick in the face, but it spoke volumes. It spoke volumes when it comes into Super Tuesday tomorrow to show the people that, hey, we got people that are standing up for Donald Trump in the midst of all this chaos that is going on. And I believe after tomorrow, this is what happens. More and more will start popping up. They will start endorsing him after we solidify what needs to be solidified tomorrow. I think it was epic. It was brilliant. Awesome. It was perfect timing, and it couldn't have been any better today when it comes to endorsements for Trump.
Awesome. Well, listen, we're closing out the show here. I feel sorry for the callers here, but I have to get off the network. I have to we have to call it a night because if I go overtime, the networks are going to hate me because I'll screw everything. I'll screw everything up on their end. But anyway, Kambree, I want you to give everybody's your contact information out, how people can get involved with what you're doing and stuff like that.
Yes, you can follow me at Twitter at Cam, KAMVTV, as in Veterans TV. That's at Cam, KAMVTV, which is Veterans TV. And you can also go to Veterans Backers. That's veteranbackers.com if you want to check out more about what we are doing with Veterans TV. That will be out in June.
Awesome. And Matt Locke, please, thank you for being my co-host today. Please give out your Twitter handle and all your information.
Well, Chris, once again, I appreciate it, too. You can go to facebook.com/The Matt Locke Show. Please head on over there. My handle at Twitter is at Matt Locke Show, so please find me there. And my website is themattlockshow.com. That's LOCKE. So you can find me at any of those three places along with Spreaker.com and on the internet, conservativeradionetwork.com, my flagship internet radio station. So please find me there. And once again, Chris, I certainly appreciate you having me on.
Awesome. And I was your host, Chris, and I want to thank everybody for listening. I want to thank all the callers for calling in. This show is for you guys, and you guys make it work. So thank you for calling. Thank you for listening to the Silent Majority here on New Media Patriot Radio. And again, if you want to be a guest on the show, you can simply email us at New Media Patriot Radio. Also follow us on Twitter at the Patriot 143 or at NMP Radio. Stands for New Media Patriot Radio. Also visit our website, newmediapatriotradio.com, for all the latest news and all the latest shows and stuff like that. And that's it, people. Thank you for listening. And in the words of Ronald Reagan, it's time for choosing. So long, everybody.